right, Moosen Spiel. Taking down the bums and the hobos who are just trying to get warm by the fire here. And look at these piles of glass. I'm so amazed at the intense level of detail that went into this game.
You been drinking your tea?
Yep, it's good. It's nice.
Yeah? You want some more?
Yeah, in a bit, sure.
Yeah, I need a brief
Hear
for
that?
myself.
Clicker. I don't see shit. Do you see the clicker?
So I was at the end of the last episode,
crap.
which we kind of cut prematurely because of time.
Yeah.
Just talking about some of these top 10. Like I'll be the first to admit PlayStation is definitely my favorite video. Like Sony PlayStation is my favorite video game anything.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It's the one system I have consistently got each generation, not delayed by 10 years. Like I had an NES, and then I didn't physically buy my own Nintendo until the Nintendo Wii U, and I've backtracked to get all the past ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't have any Sega systems growing up, but all my other friends did.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So PlayStation is what I'm most familiar with. So, like all these top 10s of all these top 10 PlayStation games ever, they all kind of come down to the same thing. So 10 was Twisted Metal 2, which I was saying it's not the best Twisted Metal game.
Right, yeah.
Like, not at all.
You're saying number 4 is the best?
4 or black. Any one of them would have been good. My personal favorite's 3. 9 was... I think it was... God of War? God of War 3?
God of War 3, that's right, yeah.
Which I don't think is the best God of War game.
I only played the first one ever, because it just seemed like it was going to be a whole lot more of the same thing with each game.
Oh, God of War 2 was much better than the first one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What changed, though?
Game mechanics were more smooth. Story was better. You know, it took what first had and made it better.
Nice.
You know?
Oh.
And then number 8 here is Resident Evil 2. And that's like the first one I can actually say, okay, I can kind of agree with that.
Oh, man, people are...
Because 4 wasn't... wasn't system exclusive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is kind of touching on exclusive titles.
Oh, God.
Something Microsoft knows nothing about.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. 7, Uncharted 2. Okay. Best Uncharted game. I'm all for that.
Yep. Wait, so what what was 8 again?
Resident Evil 2.
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah, there were I mean, I can't tell you how many kids in school were talking about Resident Evil, and specifically Resident Evil 2 when that came out growing up.
There was a huge
and I couldn't play it because my mom wouldn't get me M-rated games, nor did she let me go to the people's houses who had those games.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Well, that's why I had a crap ton of racing and sports games growing up. Yeah.
Because that's all you were allowed to play.
That's all I was allowed to play.
I'm going to be lame, and I'm going to actually save it here because I've done this too many times.
And
The auto-saving is still in progress. Wait a minute.
I just didn't... I wasn't exposed to RPGs quite yet.
Right.
So it wasn't until, I want to say junior high, that I finally discovered RPGs. And by that time, Final Fantasy VIII had come out. And he had all these RPGs, and we played all the Final Fantasies, and 8 just blew my mind away.
Right,
That's,
yeah.
You know, we touched on Final Fantasies before. How 8 is probably my favorite of all the Final Fantasies. And in my opinion, the best.
Don't look at me. Nothing going on here.
Maybe I haven't played 7 long enough to know how much better it is, but whatever. That's a different topic altogether.
Yeah, I felt that I didn't really play either, but I heard that 8 was more like continuing on from 7. I mean, usually with the Final Fantasy games, it's always a brand new thing each time, right?
Yeah, and that's what makes the series so enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I could play any Final Fantasy except the sequels to the games. Like 10-2 can.
Oh yeah, forget those.
Can keep itself. the MMO Final Fantasies, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, who wants that stuff? Is he gonna flank me? Because they're all big on flanking, right? There's a guy right here. I'll kill him.
But Uncharted 2, I don't have a problem with because you played that quite a bit?
I played about half of it. Yeah, maybe about a third. I don't know.
So I actually missed 2 weeks of French class in college
To play that game.
to play Uncharted 2.
I just feel bad for you now.
I maybe I've told this before, but I literally decided to take the advanced placement test
Yeah.
to get the certificate, so I wouldn't have to go to French class anymore, just
There
to
you
play
go.
Uncharted 2.
Well, you know what? You had your priorities.
Yeah. Well, and I succeeded in doing it, so that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I dropped the class.
Yeah. You had a goal and you stuck to it.
I just went, I gotta play Uncharted 2. What class could I get rid of and not drop?
Yeah.
Oh, I know, French.
Yeah.
Because people were like, I was playing the game, and people were coming into the dorm room again when I was in the dorms, and sitting down and watching me play this game because they thought it was a movie. That was the first game that I experienced where people thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
There was even PlayStation commercials where, like, a guy is playing Uncharted, and his woman's next to him, and she's like got a bucket of popcorn, and she's just watching him play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the selling point of that game, wasn't it?
I don't think it was originally the intent. This is just my opinion. Maybe it was. But it sure turned out that way, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not going to say I really liked it.
I love that game.
I know other people went ballistic over it. They thought it was the greatest thing ever.
I think it's a fantastic game, for sure.
Oh, crap.
So then, number 6 here is Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
That's pretty old, though, that game. And how can people like that game? I don't know. I don't get it. I never got why people like Castlevania.
So, I have Castlevania 1 on the Nintendo.
Okay.
I have Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's it, out of the entire series.
Okay, and do you like Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
I do. I haven't beaten it,
Shoot, there's a guy in here.
because as soon as the castle turns upside down, I kind of go, I don't know if I want to play anymore. Because I feel like I'm playing
Is that
essentially
what
the same
happens?
game again. Yeah, that's what happens halfway through.
Oh, the castle just flips upside down and... Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the game that came up with the Metroidvania kind of quote.
What is it?
Kind of dubbed Metroidvania. So Metroid games, you backtrack a lot.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then Castlevania dubbed it, so they kind of took over from that. So now they call it Metroidvania.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And that was the game that did it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that so much, actually.
No, I mean, I find myself enjoying more linear games because I'm always experiencing something new over a backtracky game.
Right, okay.
So I always feel like I get lost and I forget where I need to go
It just
if I need
feels,
to backtrack.
yeah, it just feels like it's so much more memory work, and I don't know.
You're gonna need to run here.
I gotta get my tea. Okay, can we just walk, folks? Can we just walk? Okay, we'll run. Oh, jeez. Why do they shoot at me?
But besides the first one, which I've never beaten because I can't get past the goddamn Grim Reaper.
Right, okay.
Symphony of the Night is probably the most enjoyable because it's actually beatable
Oh, okay.
if you just put the time in.
Right.
Yeah. And the soundtrack is fantastic.
I didn't realize that was a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
It looked like it was maybe an earlier game, though.
No, it was PlayStation.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
got some sweet upgrades. Music's good. All the mechanics are just fantastic. It's a really good game.
Well, fuck you, Joel.
You know, a top 10 and then my favorite would be significantly different, for sure. You know what I mean?
Wait, sorry?
A top 10 best and a top 10 favorite would be significantly different.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I know, I've heard some, like, really intense Oh, look at this, let's just go in here. I've heard some really intense conversations with people who, like, freak out because you are trying to differentiate between your favorite game and the best game.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I'm going off one single top 10 here, but they all kind of have the consensus on what games are the top 10. The order is whatever.
Right.
Number 5 here is specifically Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh, good. Yeah, good call.
Well, I couldn't disagree more with that.
Really?
I think it's Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's an argument to be made, right?
Well, I mean, you can argue that with my Twisted Metal argument that 4 and Black are miles better, while 2 did all the innovation to the series.
Yeah, I just felt that San Andreas really captured like what the whole GTA thing was supposed to be about.
But
jeez.
I couldn't but after 3, I could care so much less about the entire series. Like I had Vice City, all my friends had San Andreas, and I'm like, this is the same thing. It's exactly the same thing.
Well, San Andreas really pushed the envelope on like how much you could pack into a GTA game.
That's all well and good, but it was still the same thing.
Oh, that's Elliot over there. I was trying to punch you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're still inputting all the cheat codes for infinite ammo. Are you really playing the game? Probably not.
I did. What do you mean?
I didn't know anybody who actually played the story.
I played the story. The story.
Grand Theft Auto 3 had by far the best story because it was actually gangsters in a city.
Yeah. San Andreas had gangsters and all that.
It was, I don't know. It did not appeal to me in any way. At all. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5, if they would have put that on the list over 4, I would have been okay with.
Really? I never played 5.
5 is miles better.
Than 4? Okay.
Yeah.
C4 was just such a giant revolution for the series. It was almost a reboot in itself.
Well, you're talking San Andreas or 4?
4.
4? No, 4 can be totally absent.
4, they completely changed up all the gameplay. Or wasn't it about,
that's that HD thing.
Well, no, it's like where they're
like God of War 3 got over God of War 2. It's now it's HD. It's a little better. The mechanics are with this and that. Okay.
No. They changed the game entirely with 4. It wasn't about just like trying to go to every single location in the entire map and find every single collectible that ever existed or whatever. It was purely about the missions. Just only do the missions. And if you go around doing silly things on the map, then you're just kind of wasting your time. Oh, that's this thing. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you can still do it. You're still welcome to, but it's not really what the game is about anymore.
No. 5, you can actually just play concentrate on the missions and have a great time. And that's kind of what 3 had. So I feel like it was kind of replicating what 3 was more than anything.
Yeah. Where am I supposed to go here? Is this it? I don't get this. Okay. We are going to go look around. Okay, Ellie. I don't know what to do. So what we're going to do is put you over here. Okay, so San Andreas, number 5. I'd say that's a good choice.
I mean, I'm okay with a Grand Theft Auto game being on the list, but not San Andreas.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Like, it just made a bigger environment to me. That's all it did.
Yeah.
It did nothing different.
Well, the story was completely different too, right? But, yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. And it really opened up what you could do in an open world game.
I don't think it was any different than what 3 did.
Oh, I was just supposed to move it out of the way. That's what I had to do. Silly.
There's the bridge. You're getting closer.
Run!
So, 4 is finally the Final Fantasy game.
Is it number 7?
Yeah, it's 7. Which
that makes sense.
All right, I'm fine with. I mean, 7's getting a remake whenever that will be.
Yeah.
Whenever that'll come out. Who the hell knows?
And they're gonna call it Final Fantasy 15. I'm just kidding.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I love all the Final Fantasy games.
How many bullets do you have left?
What makes me laugh more than anything
No, it's too high and you
is
I'll boost you up, you run past
is the fact that everyone forever, with all these HD remakes coming out, has been saying Final Fantasy VII needs a remake. Remake that one. It's the best one. Final Square and Square Enix has been trying to top Final Fantasy since 7.
Right. Yeah.
Now they've announced the remake, and all people can do is complain.
Yeah.
That's all they can do.
Well, Because it's a bit of a worthless pursuit to try to like you're a bit like living in the past if all you're going to do is just talk about how great the last games were, right?
I mean, go for it, remake it, and they're trying to make it a little bit different.
Hey, you.
Oh hey, the black people found us. They're nice after all.
What'd I tell you, huh? He's good.
But that's what they're doing. They're just complaining about the remake and how it's what's going to meet their expectations. These people's expectations. What could possibly do it?
Nothing really. I mean,
Yeah.
because they just want like the only thing that could meet their expectations is a time machine. It takes them back to when they were 12 years old,
Chance of making it. And you
playing it
fail.
for the first time.
Coming back for
Because that's what they really want.
putting him at risk. Stay back.
There's no game that can do that. Just shoot him, Joel. Jeez. He's black. He's not going to make it to the end of the game anyways.
Oh no! Oh, you went there.
See me too.
Yeah, the old movie trope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who died in Jurassic Park?
That's true.
Samuel L. Jackson.
But he wasn't first.
He wasn't first. No, Dennis Nedry was
That's the
first.
old joke. The black guy goes first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
And
just
then
that they died.
it slowly evolved that the black guy will eventually die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The black guy always died.
Like they even made that joke in like the scary movie movies.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
like, oh, black, get that thing away from me! I'm
That-
trying to avoid this shit.
that's one of the things that set Night of the Living Dead apart, because the hero's a black guy and he survives.
You're gonna be really happy you didn't kill
Oh,
him.
you're
Actually, or
right.
does he die at the end? I forget.
I don't remember.
I think he survives.
Hey, we're gonna
But the
flip
hero
the
is a black
variable.
guy.
See what we come up with.
That was intense.
So what's next on the list? So far, I'm thinking that they're... I mean, the first 3 or 4, I was kind of like, I don't know. But the last couple have been okay.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII had its things that set it apart.
Well,
So I want to argue that.
Hey, maybe
Uh,
we can find something in that boat over there.
I guess it's just my personal opinion. What would be over? The consensus is definitely 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
don't
meant so
have a
much
problem
more
with
at the time.
Next is Shadow of the Colossus, which I can't argue with.
Oh, that's a great game.
I can't argue with it at
Just
all.
a beautiful game.
I mean, I might be putting that top 2.
Yep.
Not
What
just
was it, number 3?
Yeah, it was number 3.
Okay.
Like that game was just phenomenal.
Ah, Japan, yeah, delizioso.
I mean, my friend Steven in high school, he had the game, and I just because he played it all, I was like, oh man. He offered for me to borrow it, and I was just like, I don't know. I hadn't heard much about it. I was in the middle of playing all the Prince of Persia games.
Is this a secret, or is this where I'm supposed to go?
I think you're supposed to go that way.
Ah, so I should just turn around and go
Yeah.
back. Oh, I see.
No, there's not going to be much on that beach.
Oh, so wait, what were they all looking at over there?
The busted boat.
Oh, and now they came the right way, and I'm going back this way.
I mean, yeah, you could check the boat out. No problem with that.
You know what? Somebody spent a lot of time making this boat, and the art direction in this game has so far been stellar. So, we're gonna look at the boat.
Yeah. Number 2 is The Last of Us.
Yep, good call.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
No. I don't know. I think I'd put Shadow of the Colossus over Last of Us.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe at the end of the game you'll be able to choose one or the other.
I love Shadow of the Colossus, no doubt. Absolutely loved it. But I'd still put Last of Us over it.
Really?
I just think Last of Us is a much bigger achievement.
Think so?
Oh yeah, just
You don't want to go in the captain's quarters?
Oh, should I go in the captain's
I think you should go in the
quarters?
captain's quarters.
Okay. Oh, it's one of those ship things. Nope, it's just I'm supposed to go here.
So can you guess what number 1 was?
Best PlayStation game of all time?
Yeah, it's pretty much the consensus number 1.
Well, it's not gonna be Okami.
No, that's I think that was in the Cult Classic games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, it's the type of thing where as soon as you say it, I'm just gonna realize that you're right. Which one is it?
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's best, but okay, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, with the stealth and the action and story and
Yep.
being on the PlayStation, being as old as it was, and when it came out.
Yep, it's a pretty solid PlayStation
Yeah.
game.
When I was growing up and that sucker came out, way too hard.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, could not play it.
that's the one that had that really crazy secret at the end of the game, right?
Well, that has the boss fight where when you're facing a certain boss, you have to actually change your controller to controller port 2.
Yeah, that's right.
It starts naming the games you played.
Oh,
on your
yeah,
memory
that's
card.
right. Yeah, that's the one where it got really meta.
Yeah, really fourth wall breaking
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Did you ever hear about that crazy horror game that did the same kind of thing?
Eternal Darkness.
Eternal Darkness.
I've,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play it. That's one of my GameCube wishlist games.
It looks way too old to ever play at this point. But
No. All we have to do is play it on an old TV like that.
No, I just mean like
It's
doing
problem solved. I'm telling you.
I mean just to enjoy it, you know. Just like
Yeah.
the gameplay itself is not very good.
So before you Weiter drowsen, we're gonna do this next time.
Okay, sure.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Alrighty. See you, everybody.
Bye.